Hi, it's Colette from the Sacred Rose Temple, and I'm here to speak to you about your sacred sexual self. This has been my lifelong work, really, starting from when I was a somatic practitioner, trained in many forms of yoga, and then took a big, deep journey into womb wisdom and working with my sacred sexual body. I felt it was a reclamation of who I really was as a woman. And it truly did start the most deepest part of my spiritual journey into myself and my connection with the beloved, the divine, the great mystery of life. There were so many places in me that had been compressed and oppressed and formed by societal structures and beliefs that I didn't really know were there. And they had really clambered down my sacred life force that lives in my body. When we talk of sacred sexuality, I really want to redefine it to be that life force that lives in your womb space. It's a force of energy that lives in you. It's referred to as many different things in many sacred texts. It's the life force, it's the kundalini, it's the chi. It moves through the body, and it's important that it does move through the body. If we have lost the use of this energy, then we often feel shut down, repressed. We don't feel sexually alive. We don't feel creative. We don't feel like we're living the right kind of life that we should be. We kind of go into a robotic, mundane way of life. People like Ram Dass said, he could see when he came to the West, basically people were walking zombies. They were cut off from that life force. They went to the office 9 to 5, they came home, they watched TV, they did the 4 weeks holiday a year. And that is a sign that the life force in you is not fully awakened. It's asking for more. And many of us have experienced this life force in many different ways. It can show up as you writing poetry or drawing art. It comes up in little bouts as well. And it really wasn't until I'd had that kind of Kundalini awakening, which was done through a womb practice for me. And I'd spent years working with chakras, and then suddenly had this Kundalini force come through my womb and through my whole body. And I had this really deeply orgasmic, cosmically, spiritually orgasmic experience that altered and shifted my life forever. And I knew that that was teachable. I knew that you could get women to access certain parts of their body and feel these blocks. I also knew what was in the way of it and how I could come back to creating the pathway through my sexual body as a woman so that the blockages were healed in me or healing in me. So that's exactly what I've done with the 13 Roses. It is a map for women of the very areas that shut down in us and the areas in us as a woman that hold great sexual energy. And that has nothing to do with anybody else. It's nothing to do with a partner at all. Whatever body you are born in, whichever preferences you are in life, has no relevance on the sacred sexual energy in your body. It is a male and female energy. It then combines and becomes a marriage, a divine force that is sexless, that is absolutely just this creative potential in the body. And so as we work through the 13 Roses, we awaken this within us, and it takes us on our own journeys. It leads us into doing work, being more alive, doing things we like more, being more connected with like other people. And yeah, it just changes the tertiary of your life. So I'm asking you to send me a message or click the link below this video to take a look at what the course entails. We start on June the 9th. The container is open with the women that have already signed up, and I'm really, really pleased. We have women at all ages. I think we've got a woman up to the age of late 70s. So any age, any preference is allowed in this group. It is completely diverse and open to anybody that lives and breathes and holds sexual energy. So that's the living population. I'm going to ask you to just drop into a little connection. It'll help you come into a meditative connection now with your sacred sexual energy. And I ask that you just place your hands, left hand is often usually on the heart, and the right hand is on our womb space. And from there, just taking a breath in and out. And just feeling the heart and the womb. And then taking the left hand down and just placing it on top of the right hand on the womb space. And as you close your eyes, just take a big, deep breath and feel like you are really dropping down into that pelvic bowl. And feel the depth of your womb, feel the depth of the pelvic bowl, feel the depth of what is here. And in this space, you have this cosmic life force, this beautiful divine energy within you, and it's infinite and it's never running out. It's always there, and it can be activated, it can be heightened, it can be turned up like the gas on a cooker, like the sound on a hi-fi, like a battery turning up each cell into more energy. And I want you to just feel that, like you breathe in from the womb and you lift this energy up. You can see it like the hi-fi sound setting, or as I said, the energy battery charger. And you almost feel like the battery charger is in the spine. And you breathe it in and you lift it up. And you exhale and you let it go. And then you breathe in from the womb and you feel that energy and you visualize that energy coming up a little bit higher. And you exhale and you let that go. And you want to keep doing this. Just keep doing this for a moment, breathing in, lifting the energy. It might go up one bar. You might feel that it's blocked somewhere. You might feel it doesn't go up much higher. That's fine. We try to find the place where the resistance is eventually and work with that resistance. But for now, all you're doing is breathing the breath up, finding where the energy bar goes to. No judgment. And then exhaling and letting the energy fall again. And you're breathing in and doing that again. And then you're exhaling, taking a big, deep exhalation, letting it go. And just placing the hand still on the womb, you're just going to feel what's happened there, what might have changed there. What does that feel like for you? Take a few breaths and acknowledging that this might have been difficult for you. I think it takes a lot of energy to breathe that energy up. You can feel the pull of it. You can feel a little bit of resistance. You feel where you can go to with it. And then you feel the release of letting it go. And as you begin to open your eyes, just notice that the energy there, where is it without you doing anything to it? Where is the energy holding itself as you've let it go? And what happens with this practice, this is a little gift I'm giving you all, is that the more you do that, the more you will train that muscle in you to, the muscle of the energy to come up and bring it up. And you'll find you can get higher. You'll find that there's a space you can't get past. There's blocks. And that's what we work with within the Sacred Rose Temple, within the 13 roses. We look at those blocks. We look at how each breath leads us to a resistance or to something that wants acknowledging and healing so that we can go beyond it. And every time we do, it reveals something to us. So I hope that you enjoyed that little practice, and I hope you're a little bit wiser on the potentiality of what sacred sexuality is. And I invite any of you that want to know a little bit more about sacred sexuality, then please reach out to me. I am also offering this week, as the final week comes up for the close of the course, if you decide to sign up this week, you will get a free mini one-to-one session with me. And that will be to do with something that you might be bringing into the container over the next 13 months. So thank you all for listening. I'm wishing that that energy is flowing and abundant in you, and your life can be lived in your sacred sexual power and potency, and it be full with joy and love and laughter. So take care and bye for now.